Mo Money, how you doing tonight? Good to see you, my friend. This is actually, I just got home. My oldest has scouts tonight, so we just got back. This is a box that I started earlier this afternoon, and this is actually quarters. I've got 3 W's. This is my stack of bicentennials. This is my stack of 83s, and these are my nicer quarters. So as far as finds, I've got 3 W's. No silver in this box yet. The halves I'm offering up to the masses this evening, if anybody would like. And if not, once I get through the quarters, I will tear them to them myself. Just figured it would enable me to work on my stream capabilities and offer it to people that don't want to pay $2.50 for a box. Actually, I believe they're all different. Got a Rockefeller, a Samoa, and an AMP. And they're all actually pretty nice. You know, sometimes you find when you find multiples in a box, they sometimes are a little tore up, but these ones are actually in pretty good shape. I went and got my first vaccine today, and I was on the complete opposite side of town that I live on, so I just swung by some branches when I was done, and was hunting for halves, loose halves. And the funny thing was, I was over there and I'm like, do you have any halves? And they're like, we don't have halves, you'd have to order them. How many would you like to order? So it looks like push comes to shove, I can always go bank on the other side of town. But I did pick up this box of quarters over there from a branch that I am a member of, just to kind of test the waters. Yeah, if you're eligible, there's no reason not to, is the way that I look at it. Better safe than sorry. You know, it's nasty. It doesn't mess everybody up the same, but if you're one of the unlucky ones, then it's not a fun thing. Yeah, I was shocked, man. And the crazy thing is that it's the same bank on my side of town. The closest bank to me is the one that won't order coin for me. Still tells me about the coin shortage and this, that, and the other thing. And I've been to 2 different branches in different parts of town that are like, oh yeah, we can order you whatever you want. You know, just let us know. The only problem is I only have a regular account. I don't have a business account there, so I'm not sure if they'll buck once I ask them to order for me. So I haven't proceeded too much further than that. Really? Are you going to sit there and whine at me all night long? Hang on one second. I'm going to go put my dog out. No, this is, what is it called? OBS. Yeah, well, they were my dump bank for a while, and then the manager came out again, and she's like, okay, you only can drop coin off here that you pick up here. I'm like, well, I can't even pick up coin here because you want order for me, and you're limiting me to 1 roll per denomination. She's like, well, it costs us money to send these coins out, and you're dropping off too much here. You only can drop off what you pick up here. I'm like, okay. Clearly you're not a friend of mine, so I'll just move along. Yeah, it's tough trying to learn Streamlabs. I'm still learning. I mean, I don't know. I'm a user as far as if I don't go in and monkey around with it, I'll never learn it. I can watch a million videos and people can tell me things, but really until I get in there and mess stuff up and, you know, do stuff right and, you know, figure it out, I'll never figure it out. So that's why I've been trying to do a little bit more streaming. And I think most people are pretty tolerant when you have mistakes here and there, and I'll figure it out eventually. I had the hardest problem with my camera trying to hook up and orient the right way to fill the page, and I finally figured that out, and I'm sure I'll run into some other hiccups, but I mean, like, one of the things that I can't figure out is one of the things that I wanted to do for my tiers was have wheel spins. And the OBS I'm using is, it's not through Streamlabs, so it doesn't have all the widgets and stuff. And then when I try to share a web page, it just shares the page itself. It's not actionable. I know people are doing it. I just gotta ask around and ask them how I do it, because when I try to like share my page, it just turns into this tunnel of death where it's my window inside my window inside my window, and I would never be able to use that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the picture now. I mean, before it was like land or portrait, and then I had to like stretch it out super huge to fill the frame, and then I lost all the quality. Where now I've got it the right way, it looks nice. I just got to figure out also how to like zoom in for certain things. Because I rewatched that one really good box I had, and I noticed that a lot of times you weren't able to see the detail that I was seeing. And of course, the whole point of live streaming is to, you know, share the experience. So I got to figure out those things a little bit still. But, you know, comes with practice, I'm sure. I mean, the if you go to like Silver Seeker, he's got hot buttons for this, and he's got all kind of craziness going on, and I mean, he definitely knows how to use a lot of stuff, because none of that stuff's easy, and he makes it look like it's a cakewalk. But he's also been doing it for a couple of years, which, you know, makes a huge difference. But we'll get there. Yeah, well, one of the things that I was just playing with it before before anybody was in here, is I can take it like this, and I can actually take my camera and I can zoom in, which I didn't know I could do. So I can, I can share differently now. I just got to figure some of this stuff out. But yeah, he's one of the OGs for sure. And he does too much, I think, or at least for me. I mean, I just have sensory overload when I watch his streams. I mean, it's certainly entertaining, but I mean, you can't even follow his chat because there's so much going on. He's got the games going, and he's got stuff exploding and stuff flying in here. And he's got this little, I don't even know if I'd call them commercials per se, but those things coming in where they sing songs. And I don't know, man. It's craziness. But it definitely takes knowledge to know how to do a lot of those things. I have on my phone, I have OBS camera. So I'm using my phone as my overhead camera, and they have a zoom feature where you just it's on a slider, so you can zoom in or out on the item to show it. Like that's zoomed in 4.3 times, and then you can just zoom back out. So I just figured that out tonight. So it's one of those things where you just have to kind of, like I said, you just got to do and kind of mess around. And I did a box battle with Georgia Silverhunter, and we did like a test thing, because with the box battles you have to use StreamYard. That's the only thing that allows the dual interface easily. I guess you can do it with OBS, because I know that Southern Metal does it with OBS, but he knows a heck of a lot on how this stuff works too. So when I was doing that, I did something, I 100% lost my audio, and I couldn't even get it back on. So good thing that didn't happen during the actual box battle, but again, it was just me monkeying around, and I messed something up and couldn't get it fixed. Yeah, I debated, using or getting a webcam. I just didn't want to incur that expense. The webcams seem, or most of the webcams that I've looked at, or that people are using, I should say, are just under $100. And I'm like, okay, and then I'm gonna have to figure out how to use that. And I was able to pick up this little app for my phone for like $15, and it works pretty well. I mean, I actually think Rob Finds Treasure still uses this same app on his. He's pretty bare bones. He is the least technology driven of the big boys. But I mean, you wouldn't know. I mean, his stream is really kind of similar, but he doesn't have all the random flying stuff out. But I mean, he still does the bells and whistles as far as when subscribers come in and all of that. I have no idea how that works. There's not much of a setup, really. I can take this. Oops, this thing keeps breaking on me, man. Setup wise, it's just I've got a ring light, and I've got this stretchy thing, and these are both on like booms for like what the old school lights would be on. So my camera comes down here like this, and then and then I use my ring light to give me constant light or consistent light, and that's all. That's it. Everything else is through the computer. Oops. Tell me I didn't lose that. See how I start touching stuff and they goof stuff up? Now I'm back oriented the wrong way. There we go. Okay. I think we're back in business. Yeah, everything's plugged in. So my phone is plugged into my computer. The only thing plugged in though is my phone and my scope. The computer is just to the right of these two booms. It's kind of like a normal desk where Basically, straight ahead of me is the two arms that hold my camera and my light, and then the computer would be like right here, and it's basically just kitty corner on the corner of my desk. So there's only two things plugged into the computer because the OBS is on the computer itself. I really need a second monitor is what I need. It really helped me kind of spread things out where I can see stuff, and because when you start having like update that counter that I've got, you've got to click into a different area, and it's all jumbled on one screen for me right now, so it's kind of challenging. So if I had a two-screen setup, it would make my life a whole lot easier. I just don't have that yet. What I really wanted to do is, and I haven't figured it, I actually haven't even tried to figure it out yet, is I've got an old television set that I wanted to use as my second monitor, where I could just blow stuff really big. Because the challenge that I have is I have to wear reading glasses when I'm searching coins to make sure that I'm actually seeing what I'm seeing, but I can't use my reading glasses to look at the screen, so it's like trying to read both of them at once is a feat for sure. So I either miss chat or I miss what I'm looking at. And that's no good. So it's normally the chat that gets neglected. Yeah, I don't know that I mean, a lot of the guys use microphones because I'm sure you're going to get better audio off of a microphone. Like most of the big guys use them. I'm not big enough to. I mean, for me, the quality, I'm getting good enough quality now. Look at that. Look at that. Tell me that's not going to be a Canadian. It is, son of a bitch. Oh. But I mean, I'm sure eventually I would get a microphone, but I mean, that's just one more thing that I got to worry about. One of the things is because I'm using my phone as my camera, my phone has a mic on it, and I think my computer is also picking up a mic. So when I originally started, I was getting that echo because it had multiple mics opened up. And so I turned the microphone off on my computer completely. And so I haven't had that issue anymore, but I don't know what effect that's going to have on other things I try to do. Like if I'm not using my phone, but we'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Yeah, that to me is I want to make sure that people could hear and people could see, because the only other thing that I think that I'm going to change is I think my screen needs to get a little bit smaller and my microscope needs to get a little bit bigger, because even when I don't use this, I don't use the screen, but when you throw something under here, I don't know that the average person is able to see it that well. I mean, you would know better than me because you're looking at it on a traditional size, but I think the microscope needs to be a little bit bigger. But again, I'm just kind of monkeying with my layout as I'm getting into this to see what I like, what I don't like. I haven't gotten much feedback from people because my streams are still pretty light at this point. But that's okay. Diggin' Dave, welcome, my friend. Coin showing the date. I have to get over to my other screen because it's on a delay, and when I move it around, I'm about 30 seconds off. So date. Actually, that's not. I got to get a dated quarter. Here we go. There you go. I mean, it's not horrible, but the other thing that doesn't help is that stupid subscribe button that I've got to turn that off when I live stream, and I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So you just scouting around tonight, Dave? Are you hunting some coins tonight? Yeah, I think that I need to go at least 50%. Needs to go to about the top of the PayPal line, I think, would be the top of it, and then it'll end up being a little wider as well. Even if it cuts off a little of this corner, I'm okay with it. Yeah, that happens, man. I went to my one bank today to pick up coin, and they forgot to order, and so my coin from that bank's not coming in until Wednesday. It stinks when that happens. And then my other bank, when I picked up my halves from that bank, said, "This is the last 2 boxes." I'm like, "What? I thought I still had 2 more." He's like, "Nope." And then I kind of went through my head, and I'm like, "Yeah, I did get them all." Did you find those all in your backyard, Digging Dave, or did you go someplace else? Because I saw that video where you found that ring in your yard. Or did you go swinging someplace else? Oh, a 17 Mercdine. Sweet. Too bad it was 1 year younger. Been a really nice find. Nah. Those are the best places to go, though, from what I've watched online. Those seem to be kind of hidden treasures. I want to go hunt my folks' house. I keep trying to talk my dad into buying a detector. They live on, I think it's 10 acres, out in the middle of no place. It's a bed and breakfast, but it was built in 1818, and it was used during the Underground Railroad. And they've been there since the 90s, and no one's ever come to ask if they could hunt the place. So I think it might be pretty virgin. I haven't had any luck with that yet. No, I've looked. But I run hot and cold on errors, though. I mean, I've got so many different of the air coins where I'll get hot, where, like, if I'm looking for a certain one, and then I find a couple of them, and then once I found a couple of them, sometimes I stop. But I have not found that yet. I haven't found the Samoa. There's a lot of them have the big bat has like holes to the face and stuff. I haven't found one of those yet either, and I've been looking pretty diligently for that without success. I think we're going to have a W here. It's not. It's a Salt River Bay every time I tell you. Check this one for Dave. Got to come over to here. Sometimes I do. I haven't really. I mean, I talk about them more than show them. I haven't really featured them on my scope that much. I probably should be better about that. Again, I'm still learning some of the stuff, I guess. And I'll talk about it when I find it. But I mean, I haven't like done one of the things that I'm trying to do, and I said I was going to do this at the beginning of the year, and I haven't done it yet, is put some just basic informational videos out for people on stuff that they should look for and give them examples with stuff that I found. But that being said, I also know, while I know that it will be probably well received, it's going to take time to film and edit all that. And the editing portion is my weak link. I mean, I probably have 20 quarter videos that I haven't posted yet, simply because I haven't edited them. And that's why I stopped filming my quarters, because I've already got too many quarters queued up that I don't need to be filming more for them just to take up space on my computer. I'd like to detect at some point too, but I think I'm going to bite the bullet and get a furnace so I can pour some metal before I detect for metal. Because that's something I can do at home in less time. I feel like detecting will turn into a golf where you have to commit to an absorbent amount of hours to make it worth your while. While fun, difficult to make happen with 4 boys. Whereas the pouring, it seems that as long as you're not too crazy, you can slice out a small period of time and have some fun. Look at this, like a swap meet here. Yeah, I'll check it. This is the last roll of these quotas. I'm gonna go let my dog in because I can hear her scratching the back door before she does something dumb, and then I'm gonna clean up my board so I can pull my halves out. So I'll take a look at it then. I'll be right back. Ooh. Yeah, there's been a lot of the bat ones. I talk with a lot of people, so I don't know who it was that originally turned me on to that, but there's some big bat. I think it was Phil that was the original person that said, hey, you need to check these out. They're out there. You don't want to miss them. So I'm going to put that aside. Put him in here. These guys I'm going to put in a flip very quickly so they don't get damaged. Coin Hunter Chris, welcome to the stream. Whoops. So how many rolls do you want tonight, Chris? One box or two? All right. Where did I just put those? Here we go. Let's go there. I get the feeling, my friend. I get it. Ugh. Alrighty. We're just going to jump into this box. If somebody comes by and changes their mind, they can. But I got zero patience. And as par for the course. I don't see anything that screams ender to me. So we're going to have to do this the hard way. Ooh, I need a dump box. That's exactly where I am, my friends. Ooh. I just keep recycling the same coins over and over again, and that's why sometimes I'm like, do I really need that one? I've actually started to trim down on some of my '09 grabs just to make sure I'm only keeping what I need. Look how thick these ones are. So many thick coins lately. It's weird. Looks like we might have a proof. We're in IFC. And IFC 2010. Might even have another one. 2011. It's polished. Oh, I forgot to look at that picture, Dave. I found I'll have to show you. I'll show you. I'm not sure if it's here or not. Let me see if it's here. Got a really nice strike through. I did that uncirculated box of yeah. So I did an uncirculated box of tall grass, hoping for W's, got nothing. But let's see if I can get this. Crazy strike through. And I'm really not sure if it's embedded in there or not. I think it is. I was pretty happy to find that. 2009. I'd trade it for a W though. Probably not one W. Maybe a couple of W's. You know, when you get an uncirculated box and it doesn't produce, that was the only thing it produced. So that's one of the main reasons I love it so much, because I gotta make my time count for something, right? All right, Dave, I'll go check in 1 second, because I was supposed to do that during my quick break and I forgot. Because I get easily distracted like that. All right, I'm going to check that real quick before I forget again. That's cool. Deborah Walsh, thanks for stopping by. Dave, that's cool. That's a great strike through. And what's up with those pennies, man? Those pennies are really cool too. Oh, this one's definitely a proof, right? No. Look at these 81s I've been getting lately, man. Yeah, these big, fat, chunky copper edge, and they're just fabulous. Like they were minted yesterday. Crazy. Oh, those are the ones I was like, why are they green like that? They were in the ground. That's why. They look cool though. 2003. But that strike through is really cool. I would think that would fetch a couple bucks on eBay for sure. For sure, these. Yeah, not just a box of Samoas. I went through 3 boxes of Samoas. Please don't remind me. Oh, boy. Yeah. They look cool, though. I mean, I know they consider it environmental damage, but those, look at this. It's going to be another one of these crazy 81s, I bet, right? And watch, it'll pull proof this time. No. 85, 95. What design's that strike through, Dave? Oops. Take a gander at that. Marsh Billings, okay. Yeah, it's in really good shape too. That makes a huge difference when you get those strike throughs. If you can get them when they're in good shape like that, it makes it another one of those nice 81s. I'm not keeping all these 81s though. See how many we ended up with though. We'll keep it to the end. This is an 81, but it's not as nice. Two 2008. Man, that's a shiny 71. I would say a lot, but I've been all over the board lately. I'll give you an idea, because I keep my stat sheets on all that. So my average for the year is 10. But my last box had 5. But prior to that, I had 20, 22, 36, 32, and 13. So, and then I had a streak back middle of the month where I had 8, 4, 5, 3, 4, 0. So, it's a huge variation, and there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm going to get. But if you took an average, my average is 10.25 on this year's boxes. Is that going to be an 81, you think? Or a proof? Oh, it's a 2006. That's in great shape, too. I've also been seeing a lot more of the higher dates. I know that you get a ton of 18s, and last week I got a bunch of 16s, 17s, and 18s, which I don't normally get. I normally get the lower one. Yeah, I feel like I'm on the average, or if not, maybe a little bit on the high side from what I see people post, but I've never had a huge box. I mean, Southern had one that had like 300 in it, I think. Like crazy. And I know that you had one that had like 90, I think you said. I mean, I have pretty consistent. I would probably say, 10 does not surprise me at all. That dog's gonna drive me crazy tonight, I can tell. Yeah, if I was averaging 1 or 2, that would be nice. The coins have been really weird lately, though. Like a lot of shiny forward coins, and there's just been some weird stuff going around for sure. So you guys see this one here? This one's marked. and it's a 73D. You guys still scope those? I always do, but I don't trust whoever's marking them. And I say that because I have no idea why people mark what they're marking. Because sometimes, like, bicentennials are marked, and it's like, why are you marking a bicentennial? There's like 4,000 of them in each box. Yeah, I still scope them. (2003) NIFC. You sent a PayPal, Dave? Seriously? I will check. Dude, you didn't have to do that. I gotta give you some rolls for that. No, my Nightbot's turned off. I appreciate it though, Dave. We're gonna give you these next 5 rolls are yours. No, Nightbot, I turned them off because I can't control them. That's one of the things I still got to figure out. I was talking earlier with Mo Money about things I'm learning, and Nightbot's one of the things I still haven't figured out yet. I got to figure out how that darn thing works because mine is mean. And I don't know how to change the options and things, and so I've just turned it off. Yeah, I get it. I get it. That's why I don't normally donate. I will be more than happy to swing by and check people out because I'm on a 4-kid budget. So I know how it goes, my friend. But I greatly appreciate it. It is well received, for sure. For surezies. And hopefully we find something in here for you. You can get your investment back. That's one of the reasons why I am not pouring any metal yet, because that is an expensive hobby, for sure. Even if you go on the low end, you're talking $300 just to get into it. 2004 NIFC. Oh, I forgot to scope those 2 over there. Those 3. It's just a 93. I thought for sure there would be another NIFC. And I forgot those scopes again. I got even more. Alright, let's check these guys out. Nope. Oh. Well, we still haven't scored any silver yet. We're almost at the halfway mark. So hopefully I just started at the wrong end of the box. 2003 NIFC. 2013 NIFC. No, it's just a light. Too far out that way. Shoot. There we go. We still got peoples out there. It got awful quiet. Oh, good. I'm glad. The other day I wasn't paying attention, and then I realized that I was just in here by myself. Oh, it's like that one looks nice. 1987p. in. Come on, silver, show yourself. 2011. 96. So is it finally warming up out there for you, Dave? I know that if you're doing some detecting, it has to be not too horrible. But it's been a brutal winter for sure. (2005). Look at all these nifsies. 2005. One off, 2001. Not found a DDO in a while. Not that I find tons of them, but come on, silver. Last roll for the first half of the box. Look at that. We got that dirty one there. Trying to make me think they're silver. Dirty bicentennial. Look at that one. 2007. Some really interesting toning to it. I'd love to know which ones. They talk about the 07 should have the matte finished ones. That one's really weird. Has anybody seen what the matte finish ones look like versus the real ones? I have not. I've tried to find information on it. It doesn't seem super readily available. They just say that it's going to have a matte finish versus a shiny finish, which, when you're talking about a coin that is almost 20 years old or 15 years old, they have schmutz and toning and things like that that can give them a lot different looks. But apples to apples, you look at that to that, this is a 7, this is a 9. This definitely has a different look to it. The question is it just toning versus the different finish? Yeah, you know, I honestly think that there's plenty of room because the big channels certainly are going to take up a nice chunk of the people that might watch, but there's also a ton of people that don't necessarily support the big boys, and they just want to watch people hunt. I would never expect to grab 400 people at one time in a room, but I'll take my 5, 10, 15, grow it to, you know, some of the smaller channels are doing 50 to 100 people maybe. That's more than enough. And honestly, a lot of the live streams, it's really more about keeping consistent watch time, and because unless you're like big, you're only going to do so many boxes anyways. So it's not like those extra people really make that huge of a difference, except for when it comes to when they're doing the auctions, and that's when things get ridiculous. So I think even if you took some small numbers, you don't have to have hundreds of people in there for it to be entertaining. At least I don't. The long ones, like for me, when like right now, my 2 boxes, that's all I would ever do. I would not 2002 NIFC. I would never want to do more than 2 boxes. I would not want to do 5 boxes plus an auction plus this. I'd want to do 2 boxes, just enjoy the chat, enjoy the hunt, and move along. That's really the way that I would like to design my stream. I think they just get too big, and they just go on. It seems like forever. And I'll also tell you that the big people, a lot of the people that are there, are a lot of people at any of the streams are there for the free crap. Everybody likes free stuff. So I'd rather enjoy the company of good peoples, share knowledge, share stories, plow through some coins, and call it the night. But yeah, they'll definitely they'll vacuum up a lot of the eyeballs, but I guess it depends on what you're hoping for out of the live stream. But heck, Dave, you're a big boy in my eyes. Mr. 13,000 subscribers. Diggin' Dave is a huge channel as far as I'm concerned. I would consider him up there with some of the OGs. He's definitely one of the first handful that I came across. So you gotta be doing something right. See this, Chris? This is the NIFC 1 or 2 average. I think they had a sale on NIFCs because there's been a lot more in my boxes lately. Yeah, but yours are all 2018s. At least I have some variety up here. Come on. Toss me some love, box. Yeah, the thing is, Dave, I can get to you could get me to 1,000 subs tomorrow, and I still don't have enough watch hours, man. That's gonna be my biggest challenge. I don't know that the 1,000 is. That's why I've started streaming, because I definitely think I'll get to 1,000 subs before I get to my 4,000 watch hours. So I've got to get something that chugs a little bit extra time out of some people. And that's one of the main reasons why I want to live stream, is you can get people in here, whether they are fully engaged or not, get some eyeballs and get some hours. Because I think I have about equal amounts of subs and watch hours. So that means I'll be to 4,000 subscribers by the time I get to 4,000 watch hours. Which I wouldn't have thought. I mean, most people are cranking out the hours, but a lot of the people that I talk to also stream very regularly, and so that's obviously making a huge difference for them. Now, a lot of my subscribers are currently coming from the shorts, 2010. What am I doing? I'm throwing my stuff. See what happens? I start talking and not paying attention. Mixing piles here. But they are easily getting it with the live streams. And yeah, definitely clouds made a huge difference too. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the penny box, because I knew that would force me to engage with people in the community, where I could contact them or they could contact me, and kind of help get me involved with the community. Because a lot of times I tend to be a lurker. I'll just go watch a stream or whatever, and So this forces me to get out there and knock on doors to make things happen, which in turn helps get collaborations. And I think collaborations are huge. I think they're great for everybody. I mean, I know that Mo Money and a bunch of his crew did a giveaway that was really good for all of them. So it speaks volumes of what working together can do. And it exposes, different people's audiences to each other. While they're similar types of stuff, everybody has a different spin, and different people are going to like different people. So, that's cool. Oh, look at that. It's got a little bit of death on it, though. Another 1987. Their second one tonight. Yeah, I would definitely. I just got to figure out how to do StreamYard, because Georgia was in charge of that last time around, so he figured it out, and I just was along for the ride. So once I figure it out, I certainly would love either to go on or have people on my channel, like once a week, once every couple of weeks. I think it's good for everybody. Do a box battle. We're banging through boxes anyways. I'd like to find something that wasn't in an IFC, though. Getting here to the tail end of a box. Look how yummy and clatty that looks. Doesn't even sound right, does it? 2004 NIFC. I am. Get one decent bop, and the box gods slap you right back down to reality. 2011 NIFC. 2008 NIFC. 1 year off. Oh, Chihuahua. Look at that bison down now. Some really nice toning to it. Not nice enough, though. Come on. "2004 NIFC." I was just thinking about these guys. Oh, wow. 1987. I thought it was going to be one of those 81s. That's our third 87, man. What do you mean another one in here? Oh, no, it's actually a proof. 1996 S proof. Not perfect, but fine. So what do you guys count 87s as? You guys count those as a miscellaneous, or you guys count those as a NIFC? Just curious to what the masses consider them versus what I consider them. You know what the problem is? I probably haven't, because I haven't been updating my board. Silver's mad at me. Says, hey, you need to put all those NIFCs up on the board before we show ourselves. You think? Playing Call of Duty. You know, that's one of the things that I've noticed is that everybody that's into coins is also into playing games. I never got into the games. I suck at the games. I was a kid. I'm older than most of you guys anyways, I think. I was a kid that was just pumping quarters into the machine and never had enough money to get good. My parents would not buy any games for our house. Hell, we didn't even have cable. So we were sent outside to play. And now the games are so complex. You gotta push 14,000 buttons to do one thing. And my fingers just don't get it. Now my kids, they run circles around me. 2009 NIFC. And I'm just not even going to go there. Look at dinner for... What's for dinner, Chris? Something good? I had scouts tonight, so I went and got myself some Chipotle after we were done. It was amazing. My son is a huge fan. And so about once a month, that's what we go. We actually have, when you see, there's no arcades open, I mean, since COVID, but we've got a really nice arcade here locally that's got everything from Pac-Man to VR. And it's like a mom and pop place. It's not like a Dave & Buster's. And it's sweet. It's like, I don't know, I think it's like $20. And you can go and play for the day. And it was like, it was fun. They have all kinds of games. So we've got a great arcade here, so I can't complain about that. Homemade pizza is the best, though. I just don't have the time to make it. But you can't beat homemade pizza if you take the time to make it, that's for sure, at least in my eyes. You're getting exactly what you want. And if I get exactly what I want from the pizza place, it's too darn expensive. Yeah, Dave & Buster's is definitely like an adult, but it's not the same. I mean, this is like a true arcade. I mean, they actually do serve beer and stuff, but I mean I want to say on Fridays and Saturdays you got to be 18 to get in. So maybe it's a little bit more rambunctious when I'm not there, but we just go on the weekend with the kids. And it's a blast, man. They've got everything. And if you go there and spend the day, it's fairly affordable as well in the whole scheme of entertainment. But our good friend the COVID has changed those days for sure. Alrighty. We're going to scope this coin here. And then we're going to cross our fingers for some last roll luck. Because that's all she wrote, folks. Come on. Oop. And it is not to be. Yeah, while you were sleeping or making pizza or something. Yeah, we did. We got a 1996 proof. So that is the one fine of the box. These 81s, I thought I was going to end up with a bunch of them because they had these fat copper edges. They're going back though. Oops. I missed my bucket. Where'd you guys go? There should have been two of you. Well, I'll find you when I start. And then, but we did have 3 87s, 2 Ds, and a P. That's an NIFC. Came over, so we have a proof, 3 87s, and a couple of NIFCs. So we have here. Oh, there's that 81 that I missed the bucket with. Wow, we got a huge spread here. But this is pretty normal where I have the low ones and then not a bunch up top. This is about, it's a little heavy than normal, but as far as the spread, it's kind of on pace. So, we will update my board here. And by my board, I mean my stat sheet, so I know what I have been doing. So, we had 202s, 403s, 404s, 205s, and 06, and 07, 308s, 209s, 210s, 311s, and a 13. So that's a total lot. 2, 4, oops, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Fifth, 25. And that's not counting the 87s. So like I was saying earlier, I don't know if you guys, 87D, we had 2, and an 87P, and a 96S proof. It's painful to put all those zeros on the board too. So, another box in the books. Jim McClary, thank you for stopping by, my friend. We're going to do one more box here, and hopefully we find something yummy in it, because this box just had a bunch of unique finds, but nothing yummy. Georgia, welcome to the show. We found that last box had a proof, 25 NIFCs, and 3 miscellaneous. And the miscellaneous were 387s. And they were all silver colored, but none of them were silver. Oh. And this is lucky box number 11. And I don't know why there's 11 on this bottom of a box. As you see my boxes here, have nothing on them. Everybody else has codes and stuff. My boxes have nothing. But this one's got an 11 on the bottom for some reason. Not sure why. Yeah, I know 87s are technically NIFCs, but I count them as a miscellaneous because they're not really an NFC. Not in my eyes. Look at that. We've got an NFC. I guess you guys were hoping for silver. Nope. Nothing screaming at me. So as par for the course, we'll dig into it, cross our fingers that this guy here does not represent the box. Or this guy here. Oh no. All your orders in tomorrow? How many are you getting tomorrow? Mine were supposed to be in today. My order didn't come in. So I actually went to my other bank and got the last couple of boxes out of my last week's order. But I was hoping to change my luck by picking up from my bank that has different boxes. Unfortunately, they've been bad because that's the same place I keep getting rewraps. There's my 2016 NIFC, first of the box. So I'm hoping, when she said that they forgot to order my coins, I asked her to double it, but I don't know if she heard me or not. She's a little flighty sometimes. So we'll see if she doubles or not. I was really doubling it more to see if it would deter them from giving me rewrap boxes. But we'll see. 4 boxes of halves. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah. Well, good luck. I hope you crush it with those, man. I know it's been a rough week. You know, it was funny when you weren't here. I was talking to Mo Money when I first started the stream. Today I went and got my first vaccine, and I was on the other side of town at our convention center, and so I just swung by some banks over there while I was over there, and 2 different banks that I went to, I said, "Do you guys have any halves?" And they're like, "No, we don't have any halves. You would have to order those if you want those." And both the girls were like, "Okay, how many do you want us to order for you?" The one bank I don't even have an account at, so I didn't even want to get into it. But the other bank I did have an account. I'm like, "Oh, I'll have to come back," because I was like, "Do I really want to have to drive over here to pick these up? But how many do you want?" So I'm like, well, push goes to shove. I know that I can always go to the other side of town and pick up boxes. I'm like, well, I'm going to try the bank by my house first, I said, because you're the second branch of this same bank at the bank that won't give me a coin to save my life. They've give me 1 roll per denomination because there's a coin shortage worldwide. So I'm going to go back and check them out again soon and say, listen, have things changed, or is every other one of your branches just crazy? Because I'd prefer to drive down the street versus across town if I can do that. I was just blown away. 2 different banks were like that. I was like, wow. I guess it's that tourist customer service mentality that's on that side of town. Yeah. It's been, I mean, it's been a little shady someplace here and there, and the banks have definitely used that as a crutch just to have an excuse not to have to deal with you. It's just, it's a very good cover for them, for people that don't know any better. But it's a polite way, I think, of saying no. But we know better. But yeah, it drives me bonkers. And that's why that one bank that said there was a coin shortage, why I started dumping all my coin there. So they became my dump bank, and then eventually the manager came to me and said, okay, she's like, where did you, she said, did you get these coins here? I'm like, no, I got them in a different bank, because you guys said you couldn't get coins because of coin shortage. She's like, well, in the future, you can't return coins here unless they're from this bank. So she can't order me coins because there's a coin shortage, but I can't drop off coins to them because I'm dropping too many coins off. It's funny. I mean, just from going around, you can quickly tell which banks you'll be able to deal with and which ones are just not worth the effort. And from where I'm at, I'm leaning towards getting an account with Wells Fargo. I know they haven't been great for some people, but every branch I've been to has been really nice, accommodating, friendly people, and I know that there's a lot of other people that use them and order coins through them. So that might have to be a new secondary one for me. Because my current pickup bank, look at that one. 2017 NIFC. It's a pretty one too. They're closing in May. The other branch is slowly warming up to me, but they're definitely not as nice as my current branch, that's for sure. But I gotta have a back burner place to make sure I don't get smothered with coins or not being able to get coins at everything. So you gonna do quarters this week too, Georgia, or are you just doing the halves? No, that's cool. Yeah, when I was over doing that halves hunt, I stopped at one of the places that I do have an account and picked up a box of quarters just to kind of see if things were different on the other side of town. And I got a Samoa W, AMPW, and a Rockefeller W out of one box. So I might have to go to the other side of town if my side starts to dry up. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I think the dried up is your fault. is what I think, because mine have really started to tail down as well. But if I pick up from a place that I don't normally pick up from, I always get a nice injection. So I'm thinking that a lot of the stuff that you've hunted comes back around eventually. I mean, I don't think that the halves are affected quite the same because they're not true circulation coins, but I think that the quarters tend to circulate pretty much in a very similar area unless they are traveling with peoples. Man, oh man. Throw me a random 40 or something. Wow. That's a chunk of change, though, my friends. I hope you get it, man. That'd be awesome. I mean, he's definitely got a bunch of nice stuff. Yeah, well, he's definitely been collecting for a while. That's for sure. I thought he was kind of willing to break some of it up, though. Unless he just wants to be like crazy ridiculous on all of it. I don't know. I think that he clearly has not been to a dealer yet because they think you're raking him over the coals. They are gonna rake him over the coals for sure. And I just know from the handful of them that I've been to here locally. Yeah. It would be a good pickup. I mean, really anything if he gives it to you at a decent price would be nice. 2011. Yeah, all that little incidental stuff that you had sent me, all of that adds up real fast. Is the problem there, man? Because he's got some old stuff, and it's not nickel and dime stuff either. Yeah, I picked up a Morgan tonight from my auction place. I'll have to look. I don't even remember what I bought. But at the time I felt like it was a good deal, so it must have been pretty good. I got a 21S. Probably overpaid for it, but I wanted it. It looked pretty. 32 bucks. It's BU, so. I mean, if it wasn't so pretty, I don't know that I would have necessarily done that. Yeah, a lot of people love the Morgan. I don't know. I don't know why people are such huge fans of it. I think here's your 18. See that, Chris? See how nice my 18s are up here? Or down here, I should say. I think the piece is so much prettier than the Morgan. But that's just me. But the problem is the piece is such a short series. It's probably why it doesn't get the same amount of attention. They had some serious action going on. Some Indian head pennies, like cray-cray, like Red Book says it's worth like 80 bucks, and the bids were up to like 2 1/4. I'm like, what is going on here? Yeah, there's definitely a lot more errors. There's a lot of the doubling and the clashing, and I mean that's where all the people are hunting for the VAMs and stuff. Because all that says is they weren't produced very well. I mean, they're a nice coin, but they're I mean, it's got that scrawny eagle on the back, and I don't know. Morgan is a very pretty piece, so. Yeah, I think that's the thing is that the Morgan is such a wider spectrum compared to the piece. It gives you a bigger thing to hunt after. Whereas, if the series is small, you fill it up, and if all you can do is upgrade, it's not quite as tantalizing of a hunt. I think they're popular because they're the older. They're from a period of time where there was a lot going on in the U.S. and people envisioned them being used at poker tables, and just the history behind the coin as much as anything, and the fact that they're a wide range. People are Google over because the people love the Morgans and the piece. I mean, most of the big collectors really love the Morgan. Like I said, I don't get it, but they do, and that's why everybody's so gaga over the new release of it. Because can you imagine how nice those? If you were into that coin, can you imagine how much nicer those coins are going to look minted with today's equipment? Yeah, I'm just hoping that the mint doesn't hose us, where they do something stupid where they're like, oh, we're going to print 1 million of these. Because all they're going to do is make third-party sellers rich. 2017 in IFC. Now we're on to the older years. That must have been the younger box, the last one. This one has the 2009. Yeah, they should print to demand on those. That means the mint's making the money, not some other schmo, and they'll sell a boatload of it. You know, I mean, I don't know why they would care so much about the collectability of it, because all they're doing is hurting the collector by doing that. I mean, I can understand doing it for some coins, like they did with the, you know, the World War II ones. Well, I didn't get the World War II one. I mean, they minted a decent amount of those. Not the gold one, but the other one. They minted some, and if you really wanted the coin, it meant that much to you, you could get it. But for something like the piece of the Morgan that people are so crazy about, they should definitely not be crazy. I hadn't seen that one. That's funny. That's supposed to be the movie of the year or something like that. That's going to be the breakout back into the theaters, that movie. I can't believe they're still making that movie. It's like the 600th time it's been remade. Makes no sense. Gotta love autocorrect, man. Makes you say some really stupid stuff. We're looking at 71. That one's weird. Scale that. All right, Georgia. Have a good evening. Appreciate you swinging by. It must just be slightly late. Good luck on your hunt tomorrow if I don't talk to you before you crack another rolls. 2003 MIFC. Alright, that was the halfway point. Don't have anything silvery to show for it. Are we gonna find something tonight? Come on. All right, I will be right back. My dog is asking to go out again. Back momentarily. Oh. Wow, 10 hikes for your bank today. That's exciting. This is funny. I went to when I was out at those banks that I didn't normally go to. I went asking for halves. So I went in to the one branch. I said, "Do you have any halves?" And she's like, "No, we don't have any halves." She's like, "We have a." She's like, "I got a couple of the $1 coins." I said, "Are the big ones or the little ones?" She's like, "No, they're the little ones." I said, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Yeah, the big ones are only from when people die and people don't know what they have." Like, like people are coming in trying to find valuable stuff that dead people have dropped off. I'm like, no, actually, a lot of them might not be super valuable, but us collectors really enjoy those different coins. So, because a lot of 90% of the Ikes you are going to find at the bank are going to be clad anyways, but it still doesn't mean we don't enjoy them. It's funny. And then the other bank that I asked for halves at, she's like, "Yeah, I've got halves." She's like, "How many do you want?" I'm like, "How many do you have?" She's like, "I got a lot." I was like, "This is someone's dump bank." So I'm like, why don't you? I said, "Do you have any loose ones?" She's like, "I got one loose one." I'm like, "All right, give me $40 or 4 rolls, and give me that one loose one." She's like, "Okay." She's like, "Do you have your debit card?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Can you send me your license?" I'm like, "Sure." So I sent my license in, and she's like, "So I looked up, and you don't have an account here." She's like, "But as a courtesy, I'm still going to give you these halves." So they were all plaid, but we were worth a try. Oh, I knew I didn't have an account there. I wasn't going to try to pull the wool over her eyes. I'm like, Oh yeah, I didn't know you needed an account. I thought you were just looking for my license. Because she said she needed my ID to process the thing. I'm like, okay, process away. This was a SunTrust. A lot of the banks, they want to, like there was a bank here on the coast when I did that drive-through extravaganza over on the coast. They wouldn't do a transaction unless you had an account. Like they needed to put your account number in because I actually opened an account with that bank because I was like, you know what? Those halves are definitely going to be silver. So I went home and opened up an account because they have a free savings account. It's a credit union. They had a free savings account that had a minimum balance of $5. So it cost me $5 to open an account. And then I went back over there. And of course, because I opened it online, I don't have any paperwork. So they just used my license to look me up. And I got those halves and they were all clad. So now I'm out $5. Well, I'm not out $5. I got another bank account that I can go to get more clad from, maybe. But I had to know. So I just had something inside of me said that they were going to be, it was going to be a good score. And my spidey senses were broken because it was not. I think I got Chris's rewraps here, man. All this clad and IFC stuff. I didn't know they could go from California to here so quickly, though. Come on, give me a DDO or something. Ay, Chihuahua. The Zipsters Noobs. Good evening. How are you, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Your dad was here at the get-go. Talked to him for a while, and I think he went strolling off someplace. Good. I need it because I've got 14 rolls left to get rid of this cladness that I've become so accustomed to. We are finding the heck out of NIFC spout. So if you find that exciting, you've come to the right place. It wasn't an IRC. I thought for sure that would be. It was just a shiny 95. Huh. so beat up anyway, so. Oh, be right back. Ooh. Patrick Johnson, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Hopefully you brought some luck with Legits or Noobs. It has not been too exciting tonight. We got 387s and a bunch of NIFCs. Actually, 87s are NIFCs according to some people. I thought Bassman was streaming tonight, but I guess because he streamed last night, he's not streaming tonight. I was kind of surprised. I was just going to hunt and maybe watch his, and then when I saw he wasn't streaming, I was like, oh, maybe I'll stream it. But everybody seems to be mixing up their schedule a little bit here and there lately. Oh, you're part of the trade. I'm like, part of the trade? What did I trade? Yeah, yours should be almost there, I would think. I think I sent yours out a couple days ago. I think. Yeah. Whatever day that was that we talked. Because I have a horrible memory. So I do it Johnny on the spot, or I will definitely forget. I look forward to it. I actually just bought another foreign silver. I don't have a lot of foreign silver. I've been collecting the foreign coins for the year, but I don't have a ton. I have some Canadian, but I don't have a lot of other foreign. I actually bought a foreign silver in the state sale online today, so I'm pretty excited to get that. Add some more silver to my world coins. But you're sending me some silver too, so that's pretty sweet. Somebody else was telling me they were trying to get a silver coin from each country. I was like, that's going to be tough and expensive. But maybe that'll be a goal of mine once I've got a coin from each one, because that's hard enough. How many boxes did you... Tonight, you mean? Yeah, tonight I did when I got back when I started streaming. I finished 2018 NIFC. When I started, I finished the box of quarters that I had started earlier in the day, and then this is box 2 of halves. So 2 in a little bit, I guess you could say, during the stream. But today, this is the 3rd box of the day for me at least. 2003 NIFC. And I will, kind of my pattern is I pick up whatever I'm going to hunt for the day, and I hunt it for the day, and I take it back tomorrow, and I'll turn that coin into new coin. Rinse and repeat. I mean, sometimes I don't get through my stuff. I mean, depending on whether I've got, like right now, I've got a couple of penny boxes that just got sent to me. So I've got to get through those to make sure I stay on top of that series before it gets away from me. I've got a box of nickels from last week that I still have not hunted yet. But I also try to stay very on top of my halves for my bank so they're not having to sit on them. And I thoroughly enjoy hunting for my W's, so I always end up defaulting towards getting another box of those. Yeah, we're down to 6 rolls. This is not looking pretty, folks. I'd like just to see just one in there, just one. I'm not even asking for a windfall here. Just give me something. Give me something for my hard effort here. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. You know, I've never found a binging. Never. Which is weird, I think. Muscle shell. Good to see you. Sneaking in on me like that. Look at that. We've definitely got some luck in the house now. We've got Patrick Johnson. We've got Legit Some Noobs. We've got Chris for the NIFCs. We've got Muscle Shell. Muscle Shell always brings silver with him, right? That's what I heard, at least. There's no such thing as bad luck. It's just not good luck. Nope. Alrighty. Come on. Don't stand me up like this. Man, I don't know how it's possible, but these rolls look cloudier than the last ones. That one looks very suspect to me. Not from this side. Let's turn this off and bring this over here. Now it doesn't look like suspect at all. Oh, that's my thing. It's like, where'd those come from? All right. This is second to last roll. It's going to come down to that final roll. Oops. Alrighty. Last roll magic. We got a 74 on one end and an eagle on the other. Neither of them look silver, so well, I guess the only benefit we had tonight was we did not have any donators, so it was just me that got burnt tonight, not anybody else. And by burnt, I mean I just spent a little bit of time looking for some coins without finding silver. So, no harm, no foul. There was no coins hurt in the making of this stream. So, let's see what we got here. See, Chris, we didn't do as well this time. 9, 11, 17, 18. here. This was 032, 9, 11, 16, 17 times, 18 twice. That's 5. 10. There's our 10 average, Chris. So, nothing too exciting tonight, folks. We did get a proof in 387s out of that first box. So, whoa, what just happened there? That was weird. So I appreciate everyone swinging by this evening. Hopefully we have better luck next time. What I think I want to do, kind of moving forward, is I'm going to try to jump on a little bit more when I've got coins available. If people want to come watch me hunt, or if they want to donate, once I have the coin, I'm going to allow that. I don't know that I'm going to really plan anything at this point because my coin has been a little bit random as far as when they actually order it, when I'm picking it up. And I know a lot of other people that have other things going on the stream, so trying to plan stuff is redonkulous. Thank you all for coming down by. It's greatly appreciated. It's certainly going to help in my efforts for watch time. So, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will catch you all on my next hunt. Mm-hmm.